to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Coach Prime, the Colorado Buffaloes land another commitment coming from the transfer portal and former Arkansas running back Isaiah Augustave. And I'll start with this. I was a massive fan of this kid coming out of Naples, Florida at the high school ranks, was largely one of my favorite running backs in the 2023 cycle. He's a big body with some really nice long speed, but I think for Colorado fans, what you're most excited about is getting a running back into this room. I think looking at that 2024 season with this running back room, I think Coach Prime and this offensive staff were probably thinking we're a little bit thin at that running back position with a guy like Rashad Amos flipping his commitment to Ole Miss. I think this was a brilliant move by Coach Prime in Colorado to pivot quickly, get another running back into the fold that not only can contribute in 2024, but it's going to be a guy that's with this program in 2025 and in 2026 as well. He's a young running back with plenty of upside, but a guy that going into his second year of college football can contribute for this Colorado program in 2024 as well. Want to get into Isaiah Augustave, talk about why I liked him so much at the high school ranks. Before we get into it, as always, just want to say thank you to you guys, to the Colorado fans. I mean, it's been an extremely exciting last couple of weeks, breaking down all these commitments, the amount of support y'all continue to show to the fellas. It truly does mean a lot. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into Isaiah Augustave, and let's start with what he did as a true freshman at Arkansas. 35 carries for over 200 yards, 5.8 yards per carry as a true freshman in the SEC. And I might add, Arkansas's offensive line in 2023 might have been the worst offensive line in the conference. The two games in which Isaiah Augustave was featured had over 10 carries. He went 15 carries for 80 yards in a touchdown at Missouri. And then he had 14 carries for over 100 yards against FIU. And kind of a very similar conversation we had with Dallin Hayden committing to Colorado. Dallin Hayden, whenever he got the football, seemed to do good things. You look at Isaiah Augustave, the times where he was given the opportunity as a true freshman for Arkansas, he did some really nice things with the rock. And then you take a look back at the high school ranks and say, why was I such a big fan of Isaiah Augustave coming out of high school? I think it's the blend of the size and the speed and the explosiveness that he brings to the table. This is a running back that checks off a lot of boxes that you are looking for at the running back position, starting with the 6'2 frame. He put on some nice weight at Arkansas, 6'2", 210 pounds. You look back at the high school ranks, this was a kid that was running an 11-second 100-meter dash. I mean, you see the long speed on full display, and if we take you to the high school film, any excuse to show a little Isaiah Augustave on the high school film, because he was a very exciting running back as a senior in high school. Played that wing T offense, and I think that probably led to maybe a little bit of an adjustment period going to the SEC, but you see a couple of different things that you absolutely love. One, the contact balance. I mean, this is a big body that can deal with contact at an exceptional level, and at 6'2", sometimes you don't always see the contact balance. You see the physicality, not always the contact balance. You see Isaiah Augustave, I mean, the contact balance, the ability to deal with contact, stay on your feet, extremely exciting. And then I think the second part you want to add is this is a guy that, yes, had good track times. The physicality which he runs with is extremely exciting, but the track times, that shows up on the film. Like you see when this kid gets a crease, if you're a safety, you take a bad angle, he's going to take it to the house. So when you start blending 6'2", 210 frame with the athleticism and long speed that Isaiah Augustave brings to the table, a lot of times we like to complicate the sport of football. It's a height, weight, speed game. If you're big, strong, fast, you're going to be an awfully good football player with the helmets and shoulder pads on. And that's kind of what Isaiah Augustave brings to the table for this Colorado running back group. And again, I was extremely excited about his high school film. I thought he was going to have a bright future at Arkansas. And you look at Colorado and say they come in and really check two boxes. One, they get a guy that you can rely on in 2024, but also a guy that you look at 2025, 2026. This is a guy that's going to be within this program. There is a lot of potential. There's a high ceiling with this addition. Another big-time commitment for the Colorado Buffaloes. We'll close it out on that. I think you guys got a good one here. Appreciate y'all rocking with it. If you guys do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.